Hi everybody, this is Rina Kawabata.
I'm China Titcomb.
And we're going to be commentating the U.S. women's team versus the Team Canada for the 2016 World's Ultimate and Guts Championships. These two teams are playing each other for the first time today, so this is a very fresh look at both of the teams.
Oh, big play gets put up here, and that's a score.
Catherine Hui with the score there. Number 90. Team Canada gets the first score on the board, 1-0 for Canada.
Great, now we have the USA on offense. Pretty quick between points. I do believe they are playing with WFDF rules here. Got Chastain in the middle to Tennell. Looks like a horizontal set, maybe some junk here from the Canadians. Back to Tennell, sort of the center handler. Got Chastain, she breaks it through to Faye, who's gonna sit it out wide to Sadler, back to Tennell. And looks like they've transitioned into a person set here. Tennell to Faye. They're still in that horizontal set here. Tennell back to Payne. Faye right in front of the end zone. Easy pass to Crayley for the score. That's USA 1, Canada 1.
All right, we have Team USA on defense, Team Canada on offense. Rory Titcomb with the pull here. And a quick pass to Jeunesse to start off the offense. Out wide to Mason. And Mason has a big huck looking for Sarah Boback. And it was D'd by Katie Forth.
Yeah, big play there. Lots of USA defenders underneath there. Only one or two Canadians. And got Nazaroff picking up the disc. Looks like a side stack with Forth isolated. She's going to come back under. And now Nazaroff's going to look for that reset to Slattery. Got Griffith going deep. We'll see if that goes up. And it does. Nice throw in stride. Right in front of the end zone. Griffith just holding, and going to swing across, it looks like. Oh, very close. Almost a D there by Canada. Hoffman holds and got back to Nazaroff. Little give-go there action by the speedy Leanne Hoffman. And another up-the-line pass that gets a little bobbled, and then Nazaroff hauls it in for the score. So that's USA 2, Canada 1. That's a break for USA.
Yeah, Canada had a couple defensive opportunities there to get a D. Looked like US just had some precision throws there. It's 2-1 USA.
Snyder with a pretty nice pull, gonna pin them in the end zone. Oh, and that's actually just a little bit out of bounds here.
Danielle Fortin taking the disc for Canada in the middle of the field.
That's an interesting matchup there. Nazaroff on Fortin. We'll keep an eye out on that one.
Oh, and Catherine Poran with a big huck to Kate Wary, just outside the end zone. Looking for Candice Chan, and it's D'd.
Oh, unclear there. It looks like there is some sort of call, maybe a foul call. Seems like maybe there was some, their feet might have gotten caught up a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. But again, we saw a really nice throw that hit the receiver in stride, right? The defense didn't have any chance to get at that disc. That was pretty impressive. And we're back in.
So Team Canada with the Frisbee. It's in Kate Wary's hands. It's centered to Catherine Poran. She looked for Kate Wary again, and there was a miscommunication there. So USA is back on offense.
Yeah, we have Snyder picking up the disc. Looks like the handler set will be Snyder and Nazaroff. Those two players playing with Fury quite a bit. I'm sure they've got some great chemistry. Got Kawhi with the disc on the sideline. Back to Snyder, who seems to be sort of directing this offense right now. Jorgensen on the side, I believe. Back to Snyder. Got Claire Desmond in that open lane there. And back to Nazaroff. Seems to be a little bit of miscommunication here with the USA cutters. And a great grab there by Jorgensen on the sideline, just keeping that in bounds. And back to Nazaroff with a nice throw right here to Desmond for the score. Two Fury teammates right there making connections on the field. And that's another break for Team USA.
It seemed like there were a couple Fury connections there with Snyder and Jorgensen, Nazaroff, and Desmond. It looked like their offensive flow was quite crisp.
Yeah. So that's 3-1 USA.
And if you'd like to follow Team Canada on social media, their Twitter and Instagram handles are at TC Women 2016, and their Facebook page is Team Canada Women 2016. And the pull is up. Great pull by Georgia Boscher. And Alex Benedict picked it up to Betsy Chan. Back to Benedict. It looks like there's a zone or a junk set put on by the U.S. women. Canada is struggling to get it upfield. It swung wide to Drummond. And Drummond finds a nice IO to Caro. Oh, and it's Deed.
Oh, and perhaps an overthrow. Too quick in that transition. I believe that is Cammie Groom who's able to pick that off. We'll see if USA sets a zone set again or if they stay in person. Oh, a little bit of a execution error there. Looks like we got Chastain to pick it up. She is a Callahan Award winner, very well known. And Crayley isolated there, swung to Sinicrope. Ooh, and just a little too far in front there. Sinicrope turned in and threw that pretty quickly and maybe didn't size up her receiver before releasing the disc.
Caroline Cadot with the disc on the sideline. Oh, and it's Deed by Katie Crayley.
Yep. Right
just outside the end zone now.
Yeah, it looks like we got Sinicrope with the disc. Brute Squad player. Centering right back to Georgia Boscher, and then that's a score for Cammie Groom. So that's another break for Team USA, 4-1. I sort of wonder if Canada's gonna call a timeout here, or what adjustments they're going to make.
Yeah, Gina, I feel that Canada's having a little bit of a hard time connecting on their deep throws, and so they adjusted, but then they were struggling with their unders as well. So and there's the timeout call. It'll be interesting to see what they do to come out of the timeout and make some adjustments.
Just want to mention, if you'd like to follow Team USA on Twitter, their Twitter is USAU_WNT. Same thing for their Instagram, and you can find them on Facebook just by searching USAU Women's National Team. And the poll goes up here. We've got Canada centering it.
We have Danielle Fortin to Marie Jeunesse in the middle. She finds Sarah Boback for a big under, who finds Catherine Hui.
A little bit of blown coverage there. Too easy for Team Canada.
That's Hui to Pleshakov for the score. That's the offense that Canada has been looking for, and hopefully they can keep a roll on that offensive adjustment going into the rest of the half.
Another chance to see the USA offense here. We got Desmond, Hoffman, Griffith, Jorgensen, Snyder, Slattery, and Titcomb. See what kind of set they'll come out in, and we'll see if Canada will throw some sort of junk. We saw a junk pretty early on that seemed to take away some of the downfield options for the USA team. So that should be pretty interesting for sure.
Team Canada is comprised of 16 women who play with a club team called Traffic Ultimate. And Traffic has several junk sets that they work on. Unfortunately, many of the Fury and Riot players are quite familiar with those junks.
Oh, and like we said, they came up into sort of a junk set or a zone set, perhaps. USA started in a side stack, but now sort of collapsed into horizontal. Titcomb to Jorgensen out wide, back to Titcomb in the middle. So they've got three handlers back. Slattery now in the middle. The only Molly Brown player currently on the field out of Denver, Colorado. And back to Titcomb out wide, sort of swinging back and forth. Finally sort of an upfield option there, finding Desmond No, unmarked right now. I'm not sure if that's sort of transitioning there for Canada. Titcomb holding the disc a little bit there, looking for Snyder, coming around. Very high stall count there, but way to get it off. Back to Titcomb, quick release to Jorgensen. A nice patient movement from the USA and good pressure from the Canadians. Snyder finds Griffith for the score right there. That's USA 5, Canada 2. Nice hold, very clean and very crisp.
Yeah, Gina, that's an excellent demonstration of Team USA's disciplined offense. They're outside of the end zone, and they are not afraid to take 10 or 15 passes to make sure that they get the score.
Now's a great opportunity just to talk about where we are today. We're in Burlington, Washington, this Saturday evening here at Spring Rain, which is the largest middle school and high school tournament in the country, perhaps the world, although I can't speak to that necessarily. But there's a huge turnout here on the sidelines. It's awesome to see youth watching powerful female athletes here, and it's a really great opportunity for both teams to sort of play with a crowd. I think both teams are expecting to make it pretty far into that tournament in London for Worlds. This is just a good opportunity to play when it kind of matters and when people are watching. So it's a good opportunity for both teams.
Definitely, and to talk about just how big this tournament is, I believe there's 93 teams here, and actually 27 of them are from Canada. So it's a great metaphor for Team Canada and Team USA to be matching up here. We have Jeunesse in the middle with the disc, and she swung it out to Sparks. Sparks is looking for Jeunesse again, and she finds Pleshikov.
A little bit of crowding here by the Canadians. A lot of unders and good pressure there from the United States.
Mason was looking for Grignon Thomas, but she unfortunately could not get her hands on the disc there.
Got Nazarov picking it up in a great D, and that's what you like to see, right? You make a mistake and then you earn it back on D. Great hand block there.
Jessie Grignon Thomas hails from Trois-Rivières. She is a member of the club team Iris, and there's a couple of those Quebec girls on this team here. Kaylee Sparks finds Laura Mason, and Laura's looking for Betsy Chan for the center, who finds Sparks again.
Great dump swing set there. They got it all the way across the field, 40 yards. Seemed to be a little stagnant, but moving up the field now.
Grignon Thomas with the frisbee. She finds Sparks again. Sparks centers it back to Jeunesse. Jeunesse is the youngest player on this Team Canada. She's 21 years old. Unfortunately, there's a turnover there, and USA has possession again.
Fourth to Cardenas. Quick movement here from the USA. I like just, picking up the disc and moving it quickly. Oh, no, what vision from Alex Snyder. Perfect throw to fourth. She's almost in the end zone, not quite, and she finds Kawhi very quickly. What a nice point from Team USA.
What a spectacular display of just the skill that these women have on this field. Alex, visionary throw to Katie Forth, and just a nice simple pass to Kawhi for the score.
We're really grateful here to be able to bring you this showcase game. This was really spearheaded by the players on Team USA themselves and put on by volunteers. So thank you to Team USA for putting this together, specifically O.P. Payne and Rory Titcomb. We've got Rena here and myself, China, as well as Cedric and Nathan on the camera, and Lily helping behind the scenes. So that's awesome. So back to the game here. We got Canada on offense.
410 in the middle with the disc. She's looking for some options around Team USA's zone. She finds Benedict. Benedict looks to Kate Wary. Back to Benedict. Back to Fortin. Now, Wary and Fortin and Benedict have all played together on Capitals several years ago. Unfortunately, there's a turnover there, and Team USA is breaking away.
Oh, and a little bit of her own medicine there. O.P. Payne with that block, and then her sort of carefree backhand little flip there gets hand blocked right back. So let's see if the USA team stays in this junk. Looks like they are setting it up again. They had it set even up till pretty close to the end zone. But Canada's back on offense.
That was Catherine Hui with the D block there. And Fortin finds Hui through the cup. Fortin outside the end zone. looking for some space. Finds Cadot, who swings it back to Fortune on the sideline. And she finds Candice Chan for the score.
That's USA 6, Canada 3. That's a good hold for Canada. They really needed that. You don't want, 6-3 is very different from 7-2, right? So that's good. Let's see if we can get more of a game here. I'm excited to see what they do on D.
All right, Canada's back on D here, and we have Kira Frew pulling the disc.
Another Callahan Award winner, right? Is that correct?
No, she was a top 5, actually.
I thought she won the Callahan. My mistake. Nice pull, though. We got Synchrope with the disc. Looks like Canada came down here in a zone, or a junk of some sort, not sure. Tannell to Chastain, over to Groom on that sideline. I believe that is Groom. Back to Synchrope. Oh, and a great little sneaky D there from Team Canada. I like that. It's what the junk is designed to do, create some confusion and chaos. So this is the first turnover that we've seen the USA O-line make, and there might be some sort of call there. There's a little bit of tripping up there. I'm not so sure. It looks like it's uncontested, so the disc will remain with Canada. Traffic player.
Rianne Bowlby with the she's giving it back to Kira Frew. Actually, funnily enough, the only Canadian to win the Callahan Award was Alex Snyder.
Snyder's Canadian?
She is. She grew up in Vancouver.
She did. So she did play on that World Games team, I believe, for Canada a while ago.
In 2009, actually.
She's been shredding the field for a very long time.
Bowlby to Yayuk Joffreys, who finds Melissa Dunbar. Dunbar with that D earlier in this point. Dunbar finds Joffreys again, who finds Saint-Arnaud for the score.
And that's a break for Canada.
Canada's first break of the game, and it is 6-4. Canada coming back.
We got a fresh USA O-line here. Desmond, Snyder, Kawhi, Forth, Titcomb, Hoffman, and Ensio. I believe that's how you pronounce her name, but I might have screwed that one up. See what kind of offensive set they come out in. And if you're interested in supporting this USA Women's National Team, please head to their Facebook page. They have a Rally Me campaign. They're looking to gain some support for their travel to London. In addition, 10% of that fundraising will go to GUM, the Girls Ultimate Movement. It's a nonprofit supporting youth ultimate players, female specifically. A little bit of miscommunication there on that poll, but Snyder finds Titcomb out to Kawhi. Looks like we have Leanne on the under, the USA just working in this side stack. Leanne holding back to Titcomb. Settled into a horizontal stack up to Ensio, and that's the only player I believe on the women's roster that actually plays on a predominantly mixed team, Dragon Thrust. Little miscommunication there with Titcomb, but Snyder picks it up, no problem. Back in the center to Titcomb. She finds Hoffman with a pretty athletic grab there, a little bit tall of a throw. Holding, still a little bit of confusion. Looks like the Cutters aren't entirely sure if they're in their end zone set. Oh, and a great block from Team Canada.
So that was Jessie Grignon-Thomas with the block. She's infamous with those. I don't know how many she's gotten on traffic when we play Iris, actually. And Team Canada, Caroline Cadot looking for Laura Mason for a big scoring opportunity. Mason looks for Dagenet, and she just throws it a little too far.
And that's kind of a rushed throw that we see. I'm a little surprised to see that from such a experienced player such as herself. And that was, I think, that's a critical moment for Team Canada. I think they're going to look back and realize that was an opportunity for them to have another break. Instead, USA gets another crack at it. But at least they have to go the full 70 yards. Snyder walking it up. Looks like they are set into a side stack with Titcomb getting that reset. Some pretty tight defense. Finds Forth. Seems to look off an open Desmond. A little bit of dancing in the lane there from Titcomb, but finding Kawhi, no problem. And oh, what a big fake from Rory Titcomb. Definitely thought that one was going up. Out to Desmond. Back to Snyder. Some nice movement from USA, and a big huck from Hoffman. Oh, great grab. That's a great grab. That's nice work there from Team USA as they work that up the full 70 yards, despite a really great effort from Team Canada on that layout block.
And as you can tell, I'm sure there's some very excited cheering going on with all the youth players that are watching. I mean, that speaks to these women and how fantastic they are. They're great at making those, stay-at-home, consistent plays, but they can make very exciting plays as well. Team Canada is back on offense here, and I just want to take this opportunity again to talk about their social media channels. You can follow Team Canada on Twitter and Instagram at TC Women 2016. Their Facebook page is Team Canada Women 2016. And Team Canada actually has a couple sponsors, Twist Sport and Conditioning Center, JointWorks Chiropractic, the Vancouver Ultimate League, and Ottawa Carleton Ultimate Association. So thank you so much for those sponsorships to Team Canada. Marie Jeunesse picking up the pole, centers to Fortin, who finds Kate Wary upfield. She swings it out wide to Ryan Bowlby, who finds Sarah Bobak upfield. Bobak finds Candice Chan with a big flick huck to Kate Wary, and that's a score for Team Canada. Nice and easy offense, lots of swinging back and forth. That's the kind of offense we want to see from Team Canada. Now we're just coming out of a timeout. I believe it was called by Team USA, but I could be wrong on that.
We've got Team USA on offense here. It is 7-5, so if USA holds here, it could be, halftime already. Fun facts here about Team USA. We got 19 of the 24 players come from the top 4 teams from the 2015 season. So there's 6 Riot players from Seattle, 5 Fury players from San Francisco, 4 Molly Brown players from Denver, and 4 Brute Squad players from Boston. So a lot of top talent on this team, all up and down the roster. And looks like we've got Faye, Rudin, Chastain, Sadler, Walker, Crayley, and Payne here on this O-line. See if they come out in that side stack offense again, or if they decide to go horizontal. And then I'm actually curious to see if the Canadian team comes down in that junk. It was pretty effective. They got 1 turn out of it, as far as if I remember correctly. And we've got Hui with a great pull. Hopefully someone centers it this time. Yes, we got Payne to Chastain, 2 Molly Brown players that know each other pretty well. Faye initiating from that side stack. The nice fake to that deep space, finding Chastain. Faye will stay in that handler set. Looks like the U.S. team is still somewhat in that side stack. Little throw and go from the handlers. Canada doing a good job of putting pressure downfield, and that's it. I believe that was a hand block there from the Canadian player. A little bit hard to tell from our angle, but a great D. So now Canada has a chance to break.
We have Betsy Chan picking it up for Team Canada, and she finds Jessie Grignon-Thomas on the sideline. Seems like a person defense with USA with some smart poaching. Hui with a nice up the line, and she looks for a backhand to Benedict. Oh, and it's just too far for Benedict.
It's a little bit hard for her to read that disc. I think it was coming in at a little bit of a slight angle. She adjusted too quickly. Looks like we have Payne here to pick the disc back up. Again in that side stack with Faye isolated as the initiating cutter. I really like that. Faye is very versatile. She can go deep, she can come under, but she also is a great distributor of the disc. Back to Chastain, over to Faye. Looks like is going to join the handler set. Up to Sadler and out to Crayley. Oh, I was expecting a big backhand from Crayley, I'm not going to lie. And Chastain slicing and dicing. Rudin there with a disc. Over to Crayley. Back to Payne. USA being pretty patient there. Oh, that looks like it's going to be a foul call, perhaps contact. I do believe contact is now in the WFTF rule set, but looks like Payne opts to call foul there. Oh, and a great D really heads up. She saw that disc coming and got her body in front of it. No foul there for sure.
That was Alex Benedict with the D block there. Just a nice heads up play. Betsy Chan picking up the frisbee, finds Catherine Hui wide open in space. Hui finds a hammer, and that's D'd by Octavia Payne.
Interesting choice there of a hammer. I'm not sure if I would have used that to break the mark in that instance, but USA capitalizes, moving the disc very quickly. Sadler to Rudin all the way to Fay, and that's half, ladies and gentlemen. 8-5, I believe.
This has been a fantastic display of all these top women's team skills. We're seeing hammers, we're seeing big hucks, we're seeing great defensive plays and great offensive catches as well. And hopefully it just gets more exciting in the second half, Gina.
Yeah.
And we're back from halftime. Team Canada will be starting on D. We have Joffreys, Mason, Frew, Drummond, Saint-Arnaud, Betsy Chan, and Terry Whitehead starting on the D line here. Just want to take this opportunity again to thank everyone who was involved in bringing this all together, especially 5 Ultimate, and Cedric Ith, Nathan Kolakovich, who are our cameramen, myself, Rena Kawabata, and China, who are commentating, and Lily Gu and Alex Axworthy, who lent us the camera gear. And Team Canada got a D there. Kira Frew with the frisbee, who finds Joffreys on a big around OI. Mason up line, and she finds Terry Whitehead for the score. That is a break for Team Canada, and it's 8-6 for USA.
A lot of traffic players there, Rena. I don't know. Maybe that's the secret magic potion. USA back on offense here after that Canada break right out of the half. So USA still up 8-6, but Canada has had 2 breaks so far, so they're still in this game, still very close game. We've got Desmond, Snyder, Titcomb, Slattery, Griffith, Cardenas, and Hoffman on the line. Great pull from Team Canada. Looks like Slattery will be the one catching it, centering it to Titcomb. Looks like a horizontal stack. Great around break there from Titcomb to Griffith. She's going to center it back to Titcomb. Out to the side to Cardenas. Looks like a little bit of a forced middle here, perhaps from Team Canada. Great put there from Desmond. What vision. And a great run down there by Griffith in that far end zone. That puts USA at 9 and Canada at 6.
Team Canada here on the near end zone, and they're going to be on offense this time. We have Caroline Cadot, Danielle Fortin, Marie Geneste, Laura Mason, Candice Chan, Kate Wary, and Sanya Pleshikov. We have several of our French comrades on this line here. Interestingly enough, there are about half of Team Canada speaks French, even if they are West Coasters or Ontario residents. Many of the players from Ottawa are French speakers by maternal language, and of course all the Quebec residents also speak French. I wonder if they would use that to their advantage in communication on the field. Fortin picking up the disc to Marie Geneste, who finds Fortin back on the sideline with a big backhand huck looking for Kate Wary. Oh, and she makes the grab with some great pressure from Katie Crayley. And she looks for Pleshikov in the end zone.
Great grab under pressure there from number 88, Kate Wary. It's funny, when we were putting together these rosters and trying to find out more information about the players, she seems to be the player with the most accolades on Team Canada. A couple national titles, a couple of medals from previous Worlds experience. Pretty impressive resume there from number 88, Kate Wary.
And she's a mom to that as well.
Oh, that's the biggest accomplishment.
Kate Wary and Sanya Pleshikov, so that was a mama connection there in the end zone.
Got USA on offense here. Faye and Payne. Got Sinecrope, Sadler, Walker, Bosher, and Snodgrass. Probably the most diverse USA line that we'll see. We've got player from Scandal, player from Molly Brown, Brute Squad is represented, Riot, Ozone, Heist, and then another player from Molly Brown. So actually pretty diverse line. Should be interesting. Again, if you'd like to follow Team USA on Twitter or Instagram, it's USAU_WNT. And then on Facebook, USAU Women's National Team. You'll be able to find the link to their Rally Me campaign. They're looking to raise some funds to make it to London. 10% of that fundraising effort will be going towards GUM, Girls Ultimate Movement, which we do encourage y'all to check out and learn more about the players, learn more about the story, and their journey to Worlds. For now, it's 9-7 USA. See if Canada can pull away with a break here, make it a little bit of a closer game.
Great pull from Kira Frew there.
Sinecrope centers to Payne. Got Georgia Bosher. And Payne puts out a great backhand, a break backhand. She pulled that, I mean, she threw that around her mark. And Bosher with a perfect, oh, I misspoke. I apologize. Great D there from Canada. Hard to tell from here who exactly that was, but Canada will have a shot here at break, but they do have to go the full 70 yards.
I believe that was Melissa Dunbar with the D there. She's a Capitals player hailing from Ontario. Yeah, Hugh Joffrey's with the disc. Centering to Jessica Rockcliffe. She finds Terry Whitehead. And that looked like it was a foul.
Snodgrass does have a very large mark, so you can see how that could happen. She's quite hard to throw against when she's marking you. But looks like short discussion, back in play, most likely a non-contested foul call there.
Whitehead finds Melissa Dunbar up the line. And she has a big huck to Joffrey's in the end zone. Canada scores.
Too much space there for Team USA. I think Bosher got a little bit caught fronting her player, and that was just an easy throw. Pinpoint accuracy from the Canada player.
That's another break for Team Canada. 9-8 for USA.
USA O-line here. We got Titcomb, Jorgensen, Snyder, Nazaroff, Griffith, Ensio, and Hoffman. Kind of like two pods almost there. You got some Riot players and some Fury players, as well as Dragon Thrust and Brute Squad. Definitely an O-line to be reckoned. I'm excited to see what this Canadian team will bring in terms of a defensive set. They've had some success with that junk set. They've done a pretty good job shutting down the USA handlers and sort of punishing them for staying in the lane too long or not clearing fast enough. It's like USA comes out in the side stack. Snyder to Jorgensen. A little bit of a stutter step from Griffith, and a great play by Hui to sort of recognize that play was going up. Oh, and a miscue. Oh, and that's a Callahan, I believe. Titcomb believes that she caught that. Frew perhaps thinking that she got it first. There will be some discussion. A little bit of a reckless pass perhaps there from Chewy. She sort of laid it up a little too much.
I'm not actually sure what the resolution is here. I don't actually know what happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Titcomb definitely had the angle, but it looks like Frew is calling a strip or perhaps a foul. But I guess it was, because Titcomb is not contesting that. The disc will remain with Canada.
Kira Frew with the disc. Oh, and she was looking for Sparks, but it's Deed by Ensio. She finds Nazarov.
Over to, almost to Snyder. That looks like they are in their end zone set. Finding Hoffman on that far sideline. A little bit of crowding from the USA. Not sure entirely who's supposed to be cutting. Nazarov holds that in that corner. Oh, and a great grab from Kayla Jorgensen. Wow. Nazaroff didn't quite need to put that out too far in front, but she makes her teammate look good. That's two Fury teammates that trust each other quite a bit.
As you can tell by the 5 ultimate flag waving on the left side of your screen, it is a little bit downwind coming down this side. So I guess Nazaroff wasn't expecting that speed. As you said, lots of trust in her Fury teammate.
And that's 10-8 USA.
Team Canada called that, Team USA called that timeout there. Probably just looking to continue that momentum, make some adjustments, make their offense and their defense, leveling up to a nice crisp level, being super disciplined.
Yeah, it looks like we'll have USA on offense here. What I love is that we've seen, USA on defense, excuse me, is that we've seen both teams definitely shake up the lines a little bit. They're not scared to try new things, try new pods of players that perhaps have played together. It really speaks to the depth of both of these rosters, that up and down the entire roster, there's enough talent to have incredibly competitive lines point after point.
Candice Chan finds Kate Wary on the sideline, who finds Pleshakov again. They're looking for an end zone, and Bobak with the score. Pleshakov to Bobak for the Canada score. That was some nice, clean, right up the sideline offense. Can't really ask for a more solid, beautiful offense than that.
I like that cut coming from the far side, sort of a long up-the-line cut for that score.
And it is now 10-9 for USA. Canada staying in the mix, and if they're able to get this break here, we'll have a game. Team Canada with the disc here, they're going to be on defense, and we have Jessica Rockcliffe, Audrey Saint-Arnaud, Alex Benedict, Melissa Dunbar, Catherine Hui, Laura Mason, and Terry Whitehead on the D-line. Canada's also kind of mixing it up with the lines here, not sticking to any particular O-line and D-line in particular. You've seen Catherine Hui on both the O-line and the D-line, same with Laura Mason. We'll see what they put here, if it's a junk or a man. Looks pretty like a set man, a little bit of poaching in the lanes.
And Chastain to Rudin, puts up a big huck, and Walker can't quite catch that, but that was nice. I mean, she followed from that far side. It looks like the intended receiver was actually Georgia Bosher.
This might be Canada's opportunity that they've been looking for that next break to tie it up. We have Saint-Arnaud on the sideline. She finds Melissa Dunbar, but Dunbar just, it slips right out of her hands.
Yeah, not sure if she was expecting that high release backhand from her teammate, but nonetheless, it's a good opportunity for USA. Chastain all the way over to Sinicrope. Great clear there by Payne, opening up the entire middle of the field. Sinicrope back to Chastain. Looks like they're still in that horizontal set. Back to Sinicrope, finds Payne on that very far sideline. A little casual there, nice to Georgia Bosher. Looks like they're trying to isolate somebody in the front of the stack. Oh, and Cami Groom just shows off her speed there. She was even with Terry Whitehead in the middle of the field and just took off, beat her to the cone. That's a very crisp point from USA.
And Terry Whitehead is not slow. Yeah. She is definitely one of the fastest players on Team Canada, one of the fastest players on her club team Traffic Ultimate. And so that speaks to Cami Groom's smarts, her great cutting skills, and because she's not a scrub, that's for sure. It's getting a little chilly here down at the Spring Rain Fields at Skagit Valley Park. The crowd's thinning out just a little bit, but we still have our hecklers from up north, from supporting Team Canada. They're the loud voices you hear on the mic, probably.
Big pull there from Leela Tennell. Not really surprising in that respect, but Canada on offense here. Let's see what they can put together. Side stack.
410 finds Kate Wary. Back to 410. And 410 puts up a big IO flick looking for Bobak, and she finds it in the end zone. Great grab from Sarah Bobak. Bobak and Fortin have been teammates before on Capitals. They played several years together. They also played on the 2012 Team Canada team that went to Sakai, Japan for the World Ultimate and Guts Championships.
So in a game to 15, it's 11-10 USA. What we've seen so far from this game is kind of a game of fundamentals. A lot of really great throws that are pinpoint, and some good deep shots to space, as well as to runners in stride or receivers in stride. So we'll see if Canada can get a break here and tie it up. We've got Snyder taking it in, out to Nazarov. Those two players have played on Fury for many years. Great high release backhand there from Nazarov to Hoffman, and then Crayley, quick movement. Oh, Nazarov was looking to hit Jorgensen there, but instead finds Snyder, and then again to Jorgensen, and kind of a nice touch there to Desmond. And that's, 4 Fury players just kind of tossing the disc on the field. Great score. So that's USA 12, Canada 10.
What that line did really well was using their break space and finding those break opportunities. We're seeing a little bit more of that now that they're getting more comfortable with each other, is I think what it is, and trusting each other. And so they're finding those backhand breaks, they're finding those inside flicks, and they're finding that break space wide open in the end zone.
And pretty important there is also you don't have players that are clogging that break space. I think that's really important. A little bit of an interesting fact here about Team USA. 22 of the 24 people on this roster have been teammates before on other teams. So other, club teams, perhaps national teams. So quite a bit of history and connection throughout the entire roster. In addition, looks like every female player of the 2013 World Games team on Team USA is present, apart from Crew Howard with a torn ACL and Kara Crouch, but Sandy Jorgensen is also on Team USA mixed. So a lot of retention from other national teams as well. Got Canada here on offense.
Danielle Fortin directing the offense there. It looks like USA's got a junk zone set. Fortin on the sideline to Chen, to Fortin, to Chen. There's a little bit of give-go there.
And I like that Canada sort of takes what they're given. I saw that number 11 was looking at that break side, but she decided to take the easy option. Oh, and a great block from Snyder there.
A very interesting look from Danielle Fortin. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out this time.
And Desmond just pulls that in over the defender, and that's a break for Team USA. They sort of broke early on in the first half, but haven't broken since then. It's been a bunch of holds back and forth, but that was a great put from Snyder into space to her teammate from Fury, Claire Desmond. USA 13, Canada 10.
That's an excellent showcase of that skill, like taking that opportunity. Canada makes a mistake and US capitalizes on that, and that's what we're going to be expecting from this all-star roster of Team USA women's players. They're not going to back down. If given an opportunity, they're going to capitalize on it.
I'm really interested here to see whether or not Team USA will come down in that same zone that pinned Canada to that sideline, and it was effective, right? I mean, Canada dinked it around for a little bit and then tried to go over the top and was unsuccessful. And that's exactly what the zone is designed to do, to sort of pick off anything that goes over the top. So since that was successful, I wonder if they'll come down with it again. That being said, it probably is looks like it is a different D-line, but we'll see. Canada here on offense looks like, can't see who's pulling from here. Oh, another big pull from Lulu Tunnell.
And a fresh O-line here for Canada. We have Dagenet, Poran, Benedict, Whitehead, Geneste, Hui, and Pleshakov. Marie Geneste in the middle swings it out to Alex Benedict, who finds Sanya Pleshakov upfield.
Person defense here from Canada, or from USA, excuse me. Canada really just marching it up the field, and that's Hui to
Dagenet for the score. What an awesome backhand Chewy has. That's definitely one of her signature throws, that faking the flick upfield and that big around backhand, and she can really throw it far. So that's Catherine Hui to Sophie Dejanay for the score, and it's 13-11 for Team USA.
USA on offense, and again, just want to give a shout out to the entire USA women's roster. They came down here to Spring Rain. They had practice early this morning, but they also took time today to meet up with middle school and high school female players just to sort of do a meet and greet and encourage them to keep playing. Just important to have strong female role models, and great that they took the time out of their training to make that happen. Payne to Bosher, and a blading backhand from Bosher all the way to the far side. Crayley, no problem for her. Back to Payne, and that's a score. Jenny Fay with that score there. That's USA 14, Canada 11. Couple chances there from Canada to get a D. There was a pass through the middle from Payne that was almost D'd that you sort of expect to see at this level, but person was able to shield the disc with their body and haul that in.
That was definitely one of the more exciting points, I think. Lots of interesting throws, spectacular throws, and lots of, great grabs, and USA coming through with a turnover-less offensive point. So Canada's on offense here. This is game point for Team USA if they can manage a break. It is, again, 14-11 for Team USA. Canada on offense. We have Bowlby, Wary, Cadot, Jeunesse, Fortin, Chan, and Hui on the O-line here.
And Titcomb with a big pull there all the way to the middle of this end zone.
Fortin picks it up to Bowlby. She's looking upfield. She finds Kate Wary. Swung it over to Catherine Hui with a sneaky backhand to Cadot. Finds Chan in the middle. Back to Wary. And Canada looking for a nice end zone here. Candice Chan in the middle, who finds a far-reaching Fortin.
A little bit of confusion there from USA with the forces. Now it seems like they're on the same page, forcing backhand here. Nice throw and go move from Canada.
And Fortin finds Cadot just outside the end zone. And a little bit of miscommunication there. She was looking for Rianne Bowlby. Unfortunately, it looked like Rianne was cutting in the opposite direction, so Team USA gets a D there.
Slattery with a nice block, and then Titcomb picks it up, trying to find her right teammate Cardenas, a speedy receiver, but puts it just a little bit too far in front for Cardenas. Looks like now Canada has another shot at a hold here. They need this point to stay alive.
Canada has to go the full 70 yards, maybe 68 yards to score. Bowlby picking it up, swings it around to Kate Wary. A little bit of confusion with the cutters, a little bit of crowding, and Bowlby with a miss again. That was Cadot on the sideline and looking for Bowlby up the line. Team USA gets another chance at a break and for the win.
Slattery to Leanne Hoffman, that kind of just flies through her hands, not really sure. Maybe the disc is getting a little bit cold. We know it's getting chilly here. There's a little bit of a breeze. You kind of expect these athletes to haul those in, though, so that's just an unfortunate drop from Hoffman. Canada has another shot.
Fortin on the sideline, looking for Bowlby. And she finds Jeunesse with a sneaky IO break. And Jeunesse finds Catherine Hui for the score. It is 14-12, Canada with the hold. And that was a must-have for Canada to stay in this game and to have a hope of pulling out the W here. While we're in this halftime here, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank Fulcrum Media, who will have edited this footage as you are watching it now. So thank you so much, Fulcrum. I believe that was a Team Canada, a timeout call. Probably looking to just make those adjustments, put out a super strong D line here to be able to stay in this game.
I wonder what Team Canada will do here. I wonder if they'll throw a zone or sort of a junk set to sort of slow down the quick movement of this USA O-line, or if they'll prefer to go just hard person defense. They have had quite a bit of success again, like I said earlier, with that handler reset D seems to be giving the USA a little bit of trouble. But downfield, they're not slacking off either, so they're making it really hard on those USA cutters downfield. Looks like this line, we've seen this line before for USA. We've got Ancio, Nazaroff, Snyder, Jorgensen, Forth, Slattery, and Desmond.
Just to note, a couple Team Canada players are not in attendance today. Ashley Davidson, Ellie Hand, and Sonia Kamenda, who couldn't make this this training camp this weekend.
I do believe that all USA players are in attendance today and playing, as far as I know. I haven't seen anybody walking around in non-cleats, which is really important. I mean, this tournament is quickly approaching. It's in the middle of June. It's important for these athletes to stay healthy and be sure they're taking care of any injuries. But happy to see that a lot of them are playing today. Slattery to Snyder, over to Nazaroff. Really great pressure from Team Canada. I like this timeout call. Looks like they've really clamped down on USA. Slattery back to Snyder.
And it looks like a person defense with Canada. They're actually pushing Team USA back into their end zone a little bit.
Forth holding, finds Snyder. Looks like a horizontal set from USA. A little bit of confusion. Good work on Canada for clogging up those lanes a little bit, and some tight defense downfield. Nazaroff back to Snyder, finds Jorgensen. Terry Whitehead with almost a D there. And Jorgensen thinks about that big backhand.
You can hear the communication on the sideline. I think Team Canada is relying on a lot of communication from their sideline teammates to make this defense work.
And a huge huck from Forth past a bidding defender, and another great play by Team Canada.
Yeah, Hugh Joffreys with that D against Sarah Ancio.
Looks like that D was really, I mean, she went up early and forced Ancio to also go up early, and that's really what caused that D to happen. So Canada has its shot here. I mean, it's 14-12, but they now have a chance at a break.
Betsy Chan finds Laura Mason, who looks deep for Terry Whitehead. Oh, and it's just missed by a series of unfortunate events, it looked like. Missed by Kayla Jorgensen for the D, missed by Terry Whitehead for the grab, missed by Dina Slattery for the D, and then missed by Sarah Boback for the score.
And now USA back on offense. We've got Snyder. They've got to work the full 70 yards. Short stack, and Snyder immediately hucks to Desmond. That's a connection that they're quite used to. Great grab by Desmond. Just simply runs that down. Holding and is looking to center here to Nazaroff. Gets that break backhand off. It looks like there's some sort of call back at Desmond. Not sure if it's a... well, players will continue playing. However, either some sort of foul call or maybe a travel call, I believe. That's the only thing that could really stop this play.
It couldn't have been a stall, could it?
It didn't seem like 10 seconds to me, but we're not out there on the field, so sometimes it may be hard to tell. Perhaps it was a travel call. These players are playing by WFDF rules, so there are no observers in WFDF. So unfortunately, we do not have anybody who can signal to us what calls are occurring on the field. But the players will talk amongst themselves and resolve. Desmond back to Snyder in a near D. And Snyder just unleashes a huck immediately. Smart play by Terry Whitehead. Just comes from the far side, saw that disc go up, and attacks.
Yeah, that was a offside help deep from Terry Whitehead with the D block there. So Canada with another opportunity to stay in this game with a break. Kira Frew picking up the disc. And she finds Sarah Boback, who unleashes a backhand. Unfortunately, it goes a little awry to two U.S. defenders.
It's interesting there. That would seem like a U.S. player, perhaps Snyder, was sort of poaching off deep in that space and let her player come in. That was sort of lucky in terms of getting the disc back. Snyder finds fourth, holding it quite a bit. Looks like fourth is just going to put it up to space. She's got a couple of players and a nice D there from Team Canada. Oh, looks like someone is on the ground, but everyone is okay, so that's good.
It looked like Terry Whitehead and Sarah Bobak going up against each other to get that D. Sarah Bobak with the actual block. And again, Team Canada with another opportunity to score a break here. Kira Frew centers it from the sideline to Betsy Chan, who finds Sarah Bobak on the right-hand side of the field. Laura Mason now with the disc. With a nice up the line to Kira.
And that's a really interesting matchup there. We got Snyder on Frew, two extremely talented players marking up on each other. Oh, and the Canadian player doesn't see that USA player come in for that poach block. So this is a marathon point. It would be interesting to see sort of who comes out on top. Probably the most turnovers we've seen in a point so far, I'd say. Snyder finds Slattery, who snuck upfield despite usually staying in the handler set. Although these players are very versatile, they don't need to stay in one place. Great throw there from Slattery, finding fourth, and then all the way to Jorgensen. Nazaroff almost touches the hair of Joffrey's on that backhand. And that's a score USA. That's game 15-12.
She finds Ancio in the end zone for the score. As Gina said, final score 15-12. We'll just plug the teams again here. For Team Canada, you can follow them on Twitter and Instagram at TC Women 2016, and on Facebook, Team Canada Women 2016. Team Canada's sponsors are Twist Sport and Conditioning Center, Jointworks Chiropractic, the Vancouver Ultimate League, and Ottawa Carleton Ultimate Association. So thank you so much.
And the USA Twitter is at USAU_WNT. Same thing for Instagram. Then on Facebook, USAU Women's National Team. Thank you for our sponsors, 5 Ultimate, GUM, and USA Ultimate. And really exciting game here, watching some incredible female athletes. We wish the best to both of these teams as they compete for the World Championships in London in June. We'd also like to give a big shout out to Alex Axworthy, Cedric Ith, Nathan
Kalakovich,
excuse me, Rena Kawabata, China Titcomb, myself, and Lily Gu for making this all happen. Thanks so much.